the authority of the State of New York Board of Regents and the Salve Board of Education, and along with the assistance of Mr. Todd Lisi, our assistant principal, it is my privilege to issue diplomas to the class of 2008.
Michael Colucci. Cheyenne Capagni. Adriana Cooper.
And their friends. And it is my hope today that you enjoy today's ceremony. To begin our ceremony, please stand for the national anthem, which will be performed by our vocal jazz ensemble. Following the national anthem, please remain standing for the invocation, which will be given by Angela DeMarchi.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now we'll have our invocation given by Ange DeMarchi. Students, please remain standing. Thank you, everybody.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Class of 2019 Commencement Ceremony. Let us give thanks for all that we have, cherish, and possess, especially for the capacity to care and love, to improve ourselves, our relationships, and Salve as a whole. Let it be our hope and our mission to spread spirit and happiness to everyone in our community. Because our common humanity unites us all, may we be humble enough to recognize that through our interdependence. To that worthy end, no matter our religious or secular beliefs, let us use our minds and our reason to encourage behavior that benefits everyone, and let us always respect each other's dignity and worth. Thank you.
You may now be seated. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our salutatorian for the class of 2019 is the son of Christine and Donald Gilbert. Mr. and Mrs. Gilbert, could you please stand to be recognized? Please join me in recognizing this year's salutatorian, Jack Gilbert.
Thank you all for coming. For those of you who do not want to listen to me ramble on for the next 2 or 3 minutes, I'll give you a short synopsis of this whole speech. Nice job, y'all. Good luck into getting college or wherever you're going. Good luck. Now on to the actual speech. It was only 4 years ago that I stepped foot into this very high school. And it was 12 years ago that I stepped foot into this very district, as I assume many of you have all done. And I have to say, it has flown by all so fast. You have made the school, your parents, and the faculty extremely proud in this moment. It's great if you took this all seriously. You deserve to be very proud of this moment. But for those of you who didn't really ace things, don't be too discouraged. Know what you still gained is still valuable, and it will help you throughout your further life. The bottom line is, this is not the end. You now get to set your own course and curriculum. Now, as a parting suggestion for the future of Solvay, I suggest a speech class be offered. I feel that mastering the art of proper presentation and speech is key to one's own future. A class dedicated to writing and performing speeches in front of crowds would have better prepared myself and my colleagues for future challenges. Because I gotta tell y'all right now, it's pretty difficult. Now, with the new generation of young men and women entering the outside world, we can see shifts in the world's societal structures. We see movements for technological expansion, the fight for further freedoms, and the most important in my eyes, the fight to preserve our world. The blue dot we sit on has been our home for the last couple millions of years, and the Earth has been here for around a couple billion years. Earth itself, I think would want a couple more. From the variety of classes I have taken, I've learned a very valuable lesson. And that lesson is that Earth, as we know it, is in big heaps of trouble right now. The Earth will always be here no matter what. But the question is whether it will be habitable or not. We got chemicals going every which way, trash being put in places where it shouldn't, and plastic showing up right in the ocean. As this generation moves out, I hope we are able to change our world for the better. Not because we have to, but because it's direly needed. We have several people going to ESF, majoring in biology majors, and people going to other colleges, working in environmental sciences. If you're able to have one takeaway from the speech, please take a moment to think consciously about the environment we live in, for it is the only one we have. Now, written words can only express so much. I've had so much experience and emotion throughout this whole high school experience, and I'm glad to have been able to share it with this class. These are some of the brightest individuals, the kindest individuals I've ever met. And it's so amazing to have been able to share the last 4 years with them. Now that I must leave towards further education, it's a shame that I must leave all these people. These have become my friends, my buddies throughout all these years. I've been able to build relationships with teachers. They've become my mentors throughout these years. And I hope I'm able to come back here once again and say that all again. Now, I thank you all for your time, your generosity, and your part in my own life. I wish you a good day, a good night, and a good every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Jack will be attending Rochester Institute of Technology in the fall. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome Mrs. Sumser King. Kristen Sumser King is our board, the Solvay Union Free Board President. So at this time, Kristen Sunser King.
Good morning. On behalf of the Salve School Board, thank you for inviting us to your graduation celebration. Education in America is facing challenges and changes. You in particular, Salve's class of 2019, is at the forefront of this change. You are showing others a new direction in education. In elementary school, you dealt with the change to everyday math. In middle school, you faced the challenges of the Common Core. Our education system is ever evolving to keep up with the changes in society. And you, Salve's class of 2019, have brought us along. 40 years ago, when I walked this stage as a graduate, the benchmarks for advanced placement courses and SAT scores to see how well you would do in college. Back then, there was no Amazon, Google, smartphones, and Apple was just an infant. Now, work is different, technology is different, and society is changing. How can education not have changed as well? The curriculum in high schools and trickle down into the lower levels must prepare the emerging adults of our community to thrive in a future where digital skills, adaptability, and creativity alongside knowledge are crucial. You, the class of 2019, haven't followed the antiquated benchmarks of my class. Instead, many of you have shown your college readiness through the successful completion and earning of 1,673 college credits from such colleges as Syracuse University, SUNY ESF, Onondaga Community College, and Cuba Community College. Actual college credits, no student loans. You have already shown your college readiness and ability to actually do those college courses. You are equipped to handle the college coursework you will face. You are an example of the new benchmark in the direction of education. It has not only been in the college level courses that you, the class of 2019, have shown us the changes in education. Some of you have also taken part in the BOCES programs, which are no longer limited to the four walls of a classroom, but are embedded in the actual work environments, such as SUNY Upstate Medical University, WCNY Studios, and more. You have received training. You will continue your education in such fields as medical, laboratory, cosmetology, and more. Through these BOCES programs, some of you have even earned college credits, while others became eligible for continued education through partnering colleges and schools. Again, the class of 2019 showing us the new standard we can expect in education. These new opportunities, this new standard that you, Salve's class of 2019, have helped to create, will give you a smoother transition to the next phase of your learning. Whether your path takes you to continued education, military, or employment, know you can begin your new day and new path with confidence. Through your future work, through your future studies, through your future participation in society, you will set into motion the next changes and the creation of the next standard in education. As Toni Morrison has said, from my point of view, I see your life as already artful, waiting, just waiting, and ready for you to make art. Class of 2019, you are ready. You can begin your new day with confidence. You have made things happen. You will continue to make more things happen. Congratulations on your graduation and best wishes for your bright future.
Thank you, Mrs. Sunser King. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to welcome our superintendent, Mr. Jay Tinklepaw.
Thank you, Ms. Hagman. Good morning. My name is Jay Tinklepaw, and as superintendent of Salve Union Free School District, I'm very happy to be here to celebrate our students' achievement in graduating from high school. Graduation is a special event to recognize not only our students, but also our parents, guardians, and family members for all the hard work, persistence, patience, and support that you have provided to your children. Our Solvay School District mission statement is the following. We develop confident, continual learners who are caring community members. We develop confidence. Our students have completed 13 years of school and instruction. They have passed all their classes, Regents exams, state assessments, and more. Many have completed credit-bearing college classes, as Ms. Sunsler-King had mentioned, concurrently with their high school classes, and some have proficiency in more than one language, and others have completed sequences in art, music, business, technology, and consumer science. Our students have participated in co-curricular activities, clubs, and athletics. Our students have received a variety of recognition for their accomplishments, including Scholar Athlete and Athlete of the Week, Extraordinary Talent, the Seal of Bioliteracy, Gold and Silver Key Scholastic Art Awards, and for the first time, we have a student graduating today not only with a Solvay High School diploma, but she will be recognized and awarded an associate's degree in Humanities and Social Sciences from Onondaga Community College. We develop continual learners. Your teachers have provided you with a foundation of how to learn and the confidence in yourself to be able to learn. The world we live in is continually changing. Just think for a minute about all the changes that have occurred in the past 13 years. Smartphones, tablets, smartwatches. We not only keep track of our messages, we also keep track of our steps, the minutes we sleep, and the beats of our heart. We use our phones as cameras, video recorders, and mini computers. Then there's 3D printers, robotics, artificial intelligence, electric cars, and soon self-driving cars. Technology is rapidly changing our world and the world we will, what work we will do in the world. There was a time when individuals would begin and end a career with the same business or institution, many times in the same job. In more recent years, personnel analysts forecasted that the average person would change careers about 7 times in their life. Today, people predict a person will change careers as many as 13 times, and the jobs of the future haven't even been thought of yet. The future of our world can be both scary and exciting. Scary because of the speed of change, but exciting because of the change that will take place. To be continual learners allows us to embrace these future opportunities, and to that end, continually learn, read, ask questions, explore, challenge yourself, be curious, and dream. You will be the creators of your future. We develop caring community members. Throughout your time as a student in Solvay, you have been continually caring for others. As students, you have participated in Feed My Starving Children, Highway Cleanup, Okra's Electronic Drop-Off Day, working with students at the elementary school, creating portraits for children in countries less fortunate than ours on the other side of the world, visiting and performing for our senior citizens, volunteering for the Samaritan Center, St. Baldrick's, and Relay for Life. So we are here today to celebrate and recognize your accomplishments. And we want to remember our mission. We develop confident, continual learners who are caring community members. Congratulations, class of 2019. You will always be Solvay Bearcats.
This year's Valley valedictorian is the daughter of Lori and Anthony Pizzuto. Please stand and be recognized, Mr. and Mrs. Pizzuto. Please join me at this time in recognizing this year's valedictorian, Marisa Pizzuto.
Looking around at all the faces here today, I see many mixed emotions. The excitement around the room is clearly visible, but I also feel a twinge of sadness, apprehension for what lies ahead, and quite a few of you thinking, wow, I am so glad this is over. Today, we celebrate our moving forward to a new, different, and slightly scary part of our lives. For the past 4 years, we have walked through these halls, from classroom to classroom, learning and growing. Do you remember when they weren't always so familiar? As we started our freshman year, everything was new and intimidating. We waltzed blindly into a world of daunting course schedules, seemingly strict teachers and scary upperclassmen, basing everything that we thought we knew on rumors and TV shows. Now look at us. We are the graduates, atop of the social hierarchy, feeling on top of the world. Reflecting on this carefully, we know now that our teenage years are only a small part of our lives and that we have much bigger things ahead. But in this moment, the glory of completing our high school career is all that we know. Perspective teaches us that these 4 years have only been a tiny part on the larger canvas of our lives. Now, for better or for worse, they are behind us. So let's set aside the anxiety over things that we cannot change. We've all made plenty of mistakes, but we've also learned from them. We shouldn't regret them or even hope that we don't make more, because these missteps have shaped us into who we are. As much as I wish it wasn't true, nothing is perfect, especially not high school. We've all experienced our fair share of drama, but through it, we have learned to problem solve, mend broken relationships, and ultimately socialize. Despite high school's trials and tribulations, or maybe because of them, we have learned how to function in the world. Now we are moving forward, finally claiming our place in society. It's a big change, but it's not only nerve-wracking and different for us. This also applies to everyone else in our lives, everyone whom we care to call family, role model, or friend. They too have watched us grow with a mix of apprehension and pride. After we walk out of these doors, all of our lives are going to change. We won't be right around the corner anymore, down the hallway, or even a short drive away. We'll get busy, become preoccupied with newer things that seem more important. Hopefully, these things will include studying, getting to class on time, and doing homework, but we all know that the next couple of years will greet us with numerous opportunities to do the fun thing instead of the responsible thing. It is vital for all of us to maintain a level head on our shoulders by choosing the more difficult option, at least some of the time. To quote American poet Robert Lee Frost, 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. We have heard this sentiment before, time and time again, but it doesn't make it any less true. Although we will be faced with a myriad of tempting choices to come, it is time to stop following the misguided crowd into a net of unprofitable results. It is time to make ourselves known for all of the right reasons. Entering this new chapter in our lives, we have the ability to take the lessons that we learned in high school and give our futures new meaning. For the passing of each successive year, we have uncovered surprising facets to our own identities. Now, we owe it to ourselves to confidently stride into the future to discover even more. Whether we make a difference in one mind or in the world, we have the capacity to effect invaluable change. With so many things quickly altering in the world around us, our generation must be the ones to make an impact. We can complain all we want about things that need to be fixed, but now is our time to get out there and do it. Be the change you wish to see in the world. I quote people like Gandhi and Frost because they have the measured knowledge that we have only begun to experience. I do not have a sage's worldly wisdom, meditative insight, or analytic perspective. None of us do, not yet. But I am optimistic because history emphasizes that we too can fill their shoes one day. For years, people have asked the infamous question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Some of us still don't have a clear answer, but that's okay. Recently, we started to shape our identities. More importantly, we will take the next few years deciding how to leave our own mark across time's great expanse. We will set ourselves in a plan and we will change our minds, probably a few times if we're honest. No matter what, know that each and every one of you will significantly impact someone's life. In fact, you probably already have. To close, I would like to thank my teachers for constantly challenging me to be a better student and for stimulating my passion for learning. Offer gratitude to my friends for their unwavering support and for understanding me always, and express my appreciation for my family for doing all of that and so much more. I cannot be more grateful for my parents who have taught me to work just as hard as they do each and every day. Their work ethic and drive are unparalleled. As for my sisters, I could not be prouder. I hope that I will one day emulate their incomparable brilliance. Finally, I wish to thank the entire graduating class of 2019 for helping me to become the person who I am today. Please stay in touch. Call your family, your friends, and those for whom you most care. They'll miss you more than you know. In sum, I wish you all the best of luck in the coming years, even though I'm sure you won't need it. Keep your heads up and keep your minds open. Success is coming your way. Thank you.
For all their help over the last days and including today. I'd also like to thank Sarah Tripp and Wojo. And we all know that this is Wojo's last send-off, so thank you to both of them for their outstanding class advisories over the years. Thank you to Mr. Fitzgerald and Mr. Oliver and the members of the band and chorus for helping make this day a special day. And thank you to Mr. Devendorf for the slideshows that the parents were able to watch before the ceremony began. Thank you again to all of our presenters, special guests, entire guidance office staff, chaperones, faculty members, and the entire office staff. This is a big undertaking and they all do a great job. Thank you to our boards of education for all of their support through the 2018-19 school year. And thank you to Mr. Van Beveren and his staff for the beautiful job they did getting the grounds ready. Our benediction today will be delivered by Moto Pellizzari, followed by Brendan Falcone, who will sing our alma mater. So please stand for the benediction and remain standing for the alma mater.
Today is the last day that we'll be in the school together as a class. From here we will all choose our own paths and go our separate ways. As we all advance towards a successful future, let's not forget where we came from. Where we grew up as kids and made friendships that will last a lifetime. Don't forget the memories you made in your time at Salisbury. Be sure to thank those who have assisted you. Our teachers, counselors, coaches, friends, and parents. Use what you have learned and your best judgment to determine what the best path is for you, even if it is the path less traveled. Everybody is different, and only you can determine what is best for yourself. Never stop fighting. Persevere through the pain. Persistence is the ability to fail over and over again, but never lose enthusiasm for what you are doing. Dream big and don't settle for anything. As the great American philosopher Gary Winthorpe once said, it's better to aim high and miss low than to aim low and hit the target. If you work hard enough, you will get where you want to be, but never forget where you started, right here at Salisbury High School. Congratulations, class of 2019. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Where
coming. And we will begin the recessional. We do ask that everybody please stay seated so that our students may exit out. And at this